Dreaming of buying a home but worried about your credit score? Don't worry whether you're just starting to build your credit or looking to improve it. Your credit score is critical to determining your ability to secure a mortgage. So let's dive into what your credit score needs to be, how to improve it, and the impact that it's going to have on your home buying journey. So let's go right into understanding all these key concepts. So why does credit matter when buying a home? So think of your credit score as a financial credit report, right? Or like a financial card, right? It shows what you've been doing and how you've been paying your bills, and basically showing lenders how reliable you are when it comes to paying off debt. If you're got a strong credit score, you're likely get better mortgage terms, which is lowering your overall monthly payment and expanding your ability to purchase a property. Now, credit scores typically are going to range from 300 to 850. With the higher the score, the lower the risk is to the lender. Now, there's obviously different loan products that are out there, and a lot of the channel that we do today is talking around VA home loans and helping veterans be able to utilize that amazing loan product. Now, even if you're a veteran using the VA home loan, or at least that's what you want to do, there could be other options that exist, but it's definitely a case-by-case basis. Obviously, we're a huge fan of the VA home loan, but there's a lot of things that you can do. And with this credit check, right, it's going to determine your eligibility for a loan product, also what the rates are going to be, and what the terms will look like. Now, when it comes to minimum credit requirements, let's talk about how that varies based on the type of loan that exists. So, VA loans, phenomenal loan product. Obviously, we talk a lot about it. Technically, no minimum credit score per the VA, but a lot of lenders have what's called an overlay, where they'll say, well, we have a minimum risk threshold of, let's say, 620 or so. That's kind of typically what we've seen. But again, there's plenty of lenders out there that can do it. We're one of those that are able to help you, at least walk you through your situation and point you in the right direction so you can be set up for success on home ownership at some point. Now, FHA loans typically will allow down to 500, but there's a lot of requirements that go with that. In conventional loans, you're really looking at 620 or higher. Now, on the lower end of the credit scores for actually pretty much any loan product, you typically will see higher interest rates than what you see advertised to you, because the ones that are being advertised are obviously trying to give you the best deal possible. So it's normally at the highest credit scores with the highest amount in down payment, and kind of like the sweet spot for that lender. So you really need to do your homework and understand the cost of the loan, and are you really getting favorable terms or not, and what those fees look like. But again, that's something that's readily available out there, and you guys can always schedule a call with me, and I'm happy to go through that with you, because the better your credit score is, the more money you save in interest, because the rate's going to be cheaper, saving you thousands of dollars on that journey to home ownership. Now, the factors that affect your credit score are going to be determined by a couple of things. So the first thing is going to be your payment history, which accounts for 35% of your credit score. That's being able to pay your bills on time. This also includes any type of collections, derogatory accounts, charge-offs. All that's going to be in there. 30% of your credit's going to be your credit score is going to be your credit utilization, right? So if you have a $10,000 limit on your credit card and you're maxed out at $10,000, you're going to have a lot lower score. Especially if you're over that dollar amount, you're going to be facing some issues. So you really want to stay at maybe a 20 to 25% to kind of be in that sweet spot. It fluctuates a lot, and especially today with consumers having access to certain credit algorithms like a Vantage score, let's say, that almost changes daily. So don't freak out if it goes up and down, because that's just kind of like the stock market. So don't worry about that too much. Now, another factor, which is 15%, is the length of history that you've had a credit card, to show that, you know, in combination of how long you have a card, right? How do you utilize the credit card and how you pay it? Those are like the three main ones, because the longer you have credit, the longer you can show you can manage credit, the longer you can show that you can make your payments on time, then a lender has a better ability to be able to let you know or they can at least better predict what someone's likelihood of repayment is going to be. And that's basically what a credit history is, right? It looks at the history. It's impossible to predict the future. So This is why this exists. And again, it makes sense that they have these things in place to determine someone's ability to pay, which I'm going to go over some additional options in a little bit. Another thing is going to be new credit inquiries count for 10%, taking out new lines of credit. Yes, you can temporarily drop your credit score, but just know, according to the Consumer Financial Protection Bureau, you do have a 45-day window to have unlimited credit checks by a mortgage company. They'll count as one. So again, don't worry, that shouldn't be a big factor. And they only stay on your credit report for 90 days. Contrary to what a lot of other credit like Vantage Score look at like 2 years worth of credit inquiries. Like that's not relevant. Really, the last 90 days and that's it. Because they're basically looking to see if you took out new credit. 10% of it, also of your credit score, is going to be the credit mix. So do you have, let's say, credit card, an installment loan? So they kind of look at that combination. Sometimes people will say like, oh, they got a mortgage and their credit score dropped. And that's because a new liability has come on and normally just takes a couple months to be able to get to where you were before. Another cool thing is that you can have a no credit score and still be able to utilize a VA home loan. Now, obviously, programs are going to vary different. But with the VA loan, no credit score, you can do what's called non-traditional credit. So you can provide like 12-month of leases, 12-month of paying on your lease, 12-month of credit, or let's say you have a utility bill, you've paid it on time. You could provide that as supplemental credit to show that you can pay your bills and you have a history of it. Now, if you have some life events or the credit may be a little bit blemished, don't panic. There's always ways that you can fix that. So one of the things you need to focus on, and there's different ways to pay off debt, right? We're going to be doing some videos coming up here, primarily focusing on budget and really understanding how you can take control of that. But there's some softballs in this, right? Paying down your balances and getting down to zero as much as possible. Double checking your credit report. You go to freeannualcreditreport.com. It's by the credit agencies. You can pull a report. Make sure you're checking it for errors, because if there are errors, you need to dispute them. Don't do it online. Do it through the mail. Please. You're going to thank me later, but do some research online around it. Limit opening your accounts unless you really need something. Everyone's financial picture is a little bit different. So sometimes they have some great points options, or you might be going to a department store and they might have a really good deal. Again, you got to kind of figure out where you're at in that home buying journey to see if you should be opening up new credit or not. And then the other part's also going to be, make sure you set up auto pay. And even though you set up auto pay, don't do it on the day of the payment, because there's always something that happens either with your bank account being locked and they won't process it. Now all of a sudden you have a late, and all of a sudden your perfect credit goes to... And I'll tell you that you miss one payment and it could drop 70 plus points. So it takes a lifetime to build credit, but one event to kind of give you that blimp. And once again, you're waiting. And really, you have to give it time. And all the regulatory credit minus bankruptcies, and I believe a judgment stay on your credit report for 10 years versus like let's say a credit late, which is going to be on there for 7 years. And after that, it's going to fall off. So there's going to be light at the end of the tunnel. It's just a matter of time. Now let's talk about some of the common myths that people have around their credit score and homeownership, because we see, I just did a whole video training with a large credit company. About 30 to 40% of people disqualify themselves from being able to purchase a home, even though they can. And then a lot of people can afford home ownership. It's just they overspend on their daily money and they don't really budget well, which is a huge factor. So with one is that you need an 800 plus credit score to get a mortgage. Absolutely not. You can go much lower than that, but again, it's going to affect your terms. So focusing on having good credit is important, and getting to that is going to give you more affordability to get into home ownership. But again, that's something we are happy to check out with you and see what you can do. Another one is that people are like, I don't want a credit inquiry because I don't want my credit score to drop. Listen, guys, it only drops a couple points when you do hit it on a mortgage credit inquiry. And then again, you have that 45-day window. Yes, if you go out and let's say go car shopping, and we see this all the time, you have like 26 credit inquiries in a couple days, then we'll see the credit score be affected greatly by that. So you really have to be careful, especially with like car shopping. Look online for the best deals. Get something before you go to the dealership, so you can just be in a better spot. Another thing that people have is that Closing out accounts helps your credit score. Unfortunately, this is false. And it's unfortunate. I say that word unfortunate because if you have credit history, that's what you need in order to have credit. So, for example, let's say you had 3 credit cards, never used them, you would have technically a zero credit score, because there's nothing that the financial institute, like the credit bureaus, can determine to see, like, yes, you've been paying your bills on time. There's no history of that. So typically we'll have somebody use their card, and all of a sudden all that history comes back right away, showing they've been paying on time. So bottom line is, don't disqualify yourself. Focus on maintaining good credit or getting your credit to where you want to be. We're always happy to help. There's a link in the description down below. You can schedule a call with me. We'll go through that process so then you know where you need to be and at what point do you need to be there, so you can take advantage of the VA home loan, take advantage of being home ownership, and really set yourself free. So again, make sure you guys hit that like and subscribe button, and I'll catch you guys soon.